You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy, and we thank you so much for joining us on this program Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock and engaging in conversations on a variety of topics. This program is designed to build mental resiliency, offset the negatives in your life, and generate new possibilities. We're talking about the anxiousness and the stressfulness of being a parent and parents wanting the very best for their children. And we want to know, what are the life lessons that you've learned that you would want your children to learn? One of the things that I would want my children to know, not only the value of working hard, how it makes a difference in your life, and learn all you possibly can, it increases your value, but stay away from negative people. My mother taught me, if you run around with losers, you will end up a loser. And that is absolutely true. People rub off on you. And I had a friend named Willie Lowe, and Willie one time invited me and my cousin Boo to get in a car with him, and they were going to rob a store in Richmond Heights, Florida, and Richmond Heights, which is a suburb of Miami. And I said, no, I'm not getting in the car. And he said, you're scared. And during that time, if you told a guy he's scared, he would have to do something to show that he wasn't scared. And I started to get in the car, and Boo said, man, don't worry about what he says. Come on, let's go. And fortunately, we walked away. And the next day, we heard that Willie Lowe had been shot in the head. They robbed a store, and the store owner came out and shot in the car one time and caught him right in the head, in the back of his head. Willie Lowe, dead, young age, 17. Stay away from losers, Leslie. If you end up a loser, if you hang around with losers, you will end up a loser. Mama was right. She sure spoke a lot of truth on that. And that's true today. You have to stay away from losers. Stay away from negative people because they rub off on you. What are some of the life lessons you've learned? The number to call is 888-539-2980. John, thank you, from Lakewood. John, what is it that you would want your kids to learn from you, one of your life lessons, and how did you come to that place?
Les, I love your program, and I've grown a lot just by listening to you.
Thank you so much.
You know, my background is my mother, my father were divorced, my grandparents were divorced. I think everybody was divorced in my family. On my wife's side of the family, her parents were divorced, her grandparents were divorced, so everybody was divorced. I had an incident in my marriage. I've been married 16 years that would have broken the back of most marriages. What I did is I actually stayed in the relationship. You know, things are not always going to be perfect in a marriage, but I don't want that curse to continue in my generation to have.
And so you decided to break the cycle?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you would want your kids to know the value of keeping your commitment to your commitment.
That's correct, sir. And they don't understand it right now, but when they get married and they get, you know, it's not a matter of if, but when they have those marital problems, I don't think they'll understand it right now, but I'll be able to share with them, hey, you know what, your mom and I went through this. You never knew it, but it was the most difficult time in my life, the darkest hour in my life, but I found a way to, you know, get a hold of God and just get through this, and you need to do the same. I did it. You can do it. Fantastic.
Listen, thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for listening to the program.
Thank you.
Bye now. I want to talk to you, Carlos. Carlos, thank you so much for calling in. I'd like to know, what's the life lessons you would want your kids to learn? John just talked about the value of the kids learning and breaking the cycle of divorce in his family, saying keeping your commitment to your commitment. What's the life lessons you want your kids to learn?
Les, my man, you're a breath of fresh air out here. I'm a new listener. I don't know how long you've been in the air, but whatever it is you do, your personality, your charisma that you carry, keep it with you.
Thank you so much. Been on since January the 3rd. Thank you very much.
All right. I guess one of the things that I want to share with anyone who is willing to listen is that old saying, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. For those of you young men out there and women, before you marry, my strong opinion, this is just my opinion, is spend time with your in-laws before you make a commitment to marriage. Look at the mother. Is she a giver? Is she a taker? Does she keep the family together? Does she cook well? Is the house kept up? These are qualities that they pass on to their kids.
Wow, you know, I've never heard that look at your future in-laws.
Well,
check them out, because the fruit does not fall from the trees, but sometimes the fruit can be different from the tree, though.
Well, but at least you have a flavor for the fruit. idea what you're getting. There should be surprises, yes.
Yes.
At least you have an idea of the fruit that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I know this sounds really old-fashioned. And maybe
No, this is not old-fashioned. I'm saying this is breakthrough thinking you're bringing up in here, Carlos, saying check out where this fruit came from. You got to look at the roots to check out the fruit.
Yeah, because, I mean, and the reason I speak from experience, my wife, they have 4 girls and 2 boys. And in my humble opinion, I picked the best one. And we've been married 28-some years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen her sisters, they've struggled in their marriage, and some of them are into their second marriage. And I could see some of the problems that they've had, and I could see why a man would maybe stray or leave, because they have one of them bought a brand new house and it looks worse than my house.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So your wife, is she an apple or is she a banana?
My wife, she's an apple, I guess. If that's something good, she's an apple.
All right, that's good. All right, I got you. Listen, Carlos, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your insight and your out-of-the-box thinking.
All right, back at you. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Take care. All right. Say, check out your future in-laws. And he said that'll give you a flavor of what you're dealing with. But there's some people who make a conscious decision. My mentor, Mike, had made a conscious decision because of the type of person his father was. He said, I'm not going to be that kind of person. I'm not going to be cold and hostile and always angry. And so he's a pleasant person. He's a loving person. And he's a much better father than his father was to him. And my sons are great fathers. I don't know where they got it from, but they are great fathers. I'm so proud of them. Listen, I hope that you've enjoyed this conversation. We've been talking about parents and they're wanting the best for their kids. And I think part of what we must know, we must be the message that we bring, that what we say speaks so loudly, most of the time they can't hear what we're saying. Listen, you're listening to a program that is designed to empower you. My name is Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. This is KFWB News Talk 980.